People often sense when someone is hurting, even if no words are exchanged. There's a quiet power in the way pain can manifest itself in subtle cues, your body language, your tone, or even the way you hold yourself differently. Sometimes it's not about the tears or words spoken, but the unspoken energy that surrounds you. People who are tuned in, even slightly, can pick up on these signals. They know. It's in the fleeting looks they give, the questions they don't quite ask, or the slight hesitations in their speech when they're around you. Yet the challenge is that this recognition doesn't always translate into action. It often remains a silent acknowledgement hanging in the air between what they perceive and what they choose to do about it. This silent recognition can feel both validating and isolating. On one hand, you might think at least they notice. On the other, you wonder why they aren't stepping forward to ask how you're doing or offer help. The truth is, many people don't know how to react to someone else's pain. Society often conditions us to hide our struggles, presenting an outward facade of strength or indifference, even when we're crumbling inside. This creates a cycle of silence where pain is felt but not openly acknowledged. Think about those moments when someone glances at you just a second longer than usual. Maybe they've noticed the heaviness in your steps or the way your shoulders slump. There's an unspoken understanding that something isn't right. Yet most of the time they don't ask, they don't stop to check if you're okay. And it's not necessarily because they don't care, it's often because they're unsure of what to say or do. They fear overstepping boundaries or making things worse by addressing what they see. This hesitation is a reflection of the discomfort many feel in facing someone else's pain. It's a mirror of their own insecurities and the societal norms that teach us to sidestep emotional vulnerability. Even those closest to you may sense your pain but struggle to act on it. Family members, friends, or coworkers might sense a shift in your energy or mood, but their reactions vary. Some may distance themselves, unsure of how to help, while others might try to distract you with casual conversation, avoiding the root of the issue entirely. Then there are those rare individuals who don't just notice, they listen. They make you feel seen, not in a way that pries or pressures, but with a quiet assurance that they're there for you, should you need them. This ability to recognize pain without words is a reminder of how interconnected we are as humans. Empathy, even in its quietest form, is an intrinsic part of our shared humanity. When someone senses your pain, it's a testament to the bonds we share, even with people we might not know well. It's proof that, at our core, we're all capable of understanding and relating to each other's struggles. However, this recognition isn't enough. What matters is the action or lack thereof that follows. The lack of action can be incredibly frustrating. You might wonder why people who clearly sense your pain choose to remain silent, but understanding their reasons can bring clarity. Often people fear making things worse. They might assume you don't want to talk about it or that you're better off left alone. Some might be dealing with their own challenges, leaving them emotionally unavailable to support you. This isn't an excuse for their inaction, but it helps to see their perspective. This is where self-awareness becomes crucial. It's important to recognize that while others may sense your pain, they're not always equipped to address it. Relying on external validation or support to heal can leave you feeling disappointed and alone. Instead, use their recognition as a starting point to reflect on your own needs and how you can address them. Acknowledge that your pain is valid, even if no one else explicitly says so. The silent recognition of your pain also highlights the importance of finding your voice. While it's comforting to know that others notice, the act of healing often begins with you. Reaching out, expressing your emotions, and seeking help are empowering steps toward reclaiming your strength. Silence can be a heavy burden to carry, and breaking it can open the door to connection and understanding. But even in the absence of outward support, there's something profound in knowing that your pain is seen, even if unspoken. It's a reminder that you're not invisible, that your struggles are part of the human experience. And sometimes the most meaningful recognition doesn't come from others, but from within yourself. Recognize your own pain. Honor it. Give yourself the compassion and care that you might be yearning for from others. The quiet acknowledgement of pain by those around you is a testament to the shared, albeit unspoken, understanding that we all struggle at times. While it may not always lead to the support you desire, it's a reminder of your own resilience. You can take that recognition and turn it into something transformative, using it to fuel your journey toward healing and strength. Even in the absence of words, the energy of connection remains, quietly urging you forward. When people know you're hurting, there's an undeniable impact on their behavior and perception. Even if they don't openly acknowledge it, pain has a way of creating a ripple effect, influencing not just you, but the dynamics of the relationships around you. Those who sense your struggle often find themselves caught between wanting to help and grappling with their own discomfort or limitations. While their responses may vary, there is always an underlying truth: your pain doesn't exist in isolation. It creates a presence that affects those who are aware of it, even if their reactions are subtle or indirect. Some people, when they sense your hurt, pull back. This isn't necessarily a reflection of their lack of care, but rather their inability to handle emotional vulnerability. Pain, even when it's not their own, can be triggering. It may remind them of their unresolved struggles or evoke feelings of helplessness because they don't know how to support you. They might avoid eye contact, sidestep conversations, or keep their interactions with you superficial, fearing that delving deeper will force them to confront emotions they're not ready to face. This withdrawal can feel isolating, but it's important to remember that their reaction is about them, not you. On the other hand, there are people who lean in. These individuals may not always say the right things or offer perfect solutions, but their willingness to show up is a powerful testament to their empathy and care. They might ask gentle questions, offer small gestures of kindness, or simply sit with you in silence, creating a space where you feel seen and supported. Their presence can be comforting, a reminder that even in the depths of pain, connection remains possible. These are the people who remind us of the healing power of human relationships, even when words fail. Then there are those who sense your pain and respond with avoidance disguised as positivity. They might tell you to look on the bright side or offer cliches like everything happens for a reason. While their intentions are often good, their inability to sit with your discomfort can feel dismissive. This kind of response reflects a societal tendency to rush towards solutions or optimism, often at the expense of validating the depth of someone's experience. It's a reminder of how important it is to surround yourself with people who can hold space for your emotions without trying to fix or minimize them. In professional or social settings, your pain may lead others to treat you differently. They might tiptoe around you, unsure of what to say, or avoid assigning you tasks or responsibilities out of fear of overburdening you. While this can feel like a relief in some moments, it can also feel like being underestimated or excluded. The perception that you're fragile or incapable can be frustrating, especially when you're striving to maintain a sense of normalcy despite your internal struggles. It's a delicate balance between appreciating their sensitivity and asserting your capability. One of the more challenging aspects of being in pain is the way it can alter the power dynamics in relationships. Some people might exploit your vulnerability, using it as an opportunity to assert control or superiority. They might frame their actions as help, but subtly position themselves as the stronger or more capable party. This kind of behavior can be deeply hurtful, as it not only fails to address your needs, but also undermines your sense of self-worth. Recognizing this dynamic is crucial in protecting yourself and setting boundaries, even when you're in a vulnerable state. At the same time, your pain can inspire profound compassion and generosity in others. People who recognize your struggle and choose to act with kindness often do so because they've experienced pain themselves. Their empathy comes from a place of understanding, and their support can feel genuine and transformative. These connections can be a source of strength, reminding you that pain, while isolating, is also a shared human experience. In these moments, you might find unexpected allies, people who show up in ways you didn't anticipate, offering solace and solidarity. The way people respond to your pain also reveals a lot about their character and emotional maturity. Those who avoid or dismiss it may struggle with their own unresolved issues, while those who lean in often possess a deeper sense of empathy and resilience. These responses can serve as a mirror, helping you discern who is capable of walking with you through life's challenges and who might struggle to meet you in your moments of need. This awareness can guide you in nurturing relationships that are supportive and authentic. Despite the varying reactions of others, the most important relationship remains the one you have with yourself. While external support is valuable, true healing begins internally. Recognizing your pain, allowing yourself to feel it, and taking steps towards self-care are essential. Others may sense your struggle, but they cannot carry it for you. Their responses can offer insight, comfort, or frustration, but ultimately the path forward is yours to navigate. Pain has a way of exposing the truth about yourself, about others, and about the dynamics that shape your relationships. It's a difficult but revealing process, one that can lead to growth, connection, and a deeper understanding of what truly matters. As you navigate this journey, remember that your pain is valid, your resilience is powerful, and your capacity for healing is infinite. When people know you are hurting, their perception of your strength and vulnerability undergoes a subtle yet significant transformation. It's not just about how they view you in that moment, but how they reconcile your pain with the image they previously held of you. This shift in perception is nuanced, often tied to their expectations, experiences, and capacity to empathize. The way they respond is deeply reflective of their inner selves and their understanding of emotional resilience. Some people might struggle to reconcile the idea of you being in pain with the strength they've always associated with you. If you've been the person others rely on, the one who seems unshakable, your pain might disrupt their view of you. It's unsettling for them to see cracks in the foundation of what they believe was indestructible. This reaction isn't necessarily about a lack of care, but rather their discomfort in seeing someone they admire in a vulnerable state. They might respond with awkward attempts to cheer you up or downplay your emotions, not realizing that their discomfort stems from their inability to process the shift in their perception of you. On the other hand, some people may find your vulnerability to be a source of inspiration and connection. They see your ability to acknowledge and endure pain as a testament to your strength, not a diminishment of it. For them, your hurt doesn't make you weaker, it makes you more human. They admire the courage it takes to be open about your struggles and may even feel closer to you because of it. This perspective is a reminder that strength is not the absence of pain, but the willingness to face it with grace and honesty. There are also those who interpret your pain through the lens of their own experiences. If they face similar challenges, they may project their feelings onto you, assuming they know exactly how you feel. While this can lead to moments of deep empathy and connection, it can also create misunderstandings if their assumptions don't align with your reality. They may offer advice based on what worked for them, not realizing that your journey and needs might differ. This projection, though well-intentioned, highlights the complexity of human relationships and the importance of clear communication. For some, witnessing your pain might stir up their own insecurities. They might feel guilt if they perceive themselves as contributing to your hurt, or inadequacy if they don't know how to support you. This internal struggle can manifest in various ways, from overcompensating with grand gestures to withdrawing entirely. Their reactions often have little to do with you and everything to do with their ability to manage their emotions. Understanding this dynamic can help you navigate these interactions with compassion and perspective. In certain cases, people might see your pain as an opportunity to assert their own authority or superiority. They might frame their actions as being helpful or protective, but their behavior subtly implies that they see themselves as stronger or more capable. This dynamic can be particularly challenging because it often comes from those who care about you but don't realize how their actions might undermine your sense of agency. Recognizing this pattern is crucial for maintaining your boundaries and affirming your autonomy, even in moments of vulnerability. Your pain also has a way of exposing the sincerity of those around you. While some people may step forward with genuine care and support, others might distance themselves or even use your hurt to their advantage. This can be a painful realization, but it's also an opportunity to discern who truly values you and who may only be invested in the version of you that aligns with their expectations. The responses you receive during difficult times often reveal the depth and authenticity of your relationships. Interestingly, your pain might inspire others to reflect on their own lives and choices. Seeing someone they care about struggle can serve as a wake-up call. prompting them to re-examine their priorities, behaviors, or relationships. This ripple effect is a testament to the interconnectedness of human experience. Your hurt, while deeply personal, can spark growth and change not just within yourself, but also in those who are touched by your journey. For you, navigating the perceptions of others while dealing with your pain can be both challenging and enlightening. It's important to remember that their reactions are not a reflection of your worth or strength, but rather a mirror of their capacity for empathy and understanding. While external validation can be comforting, true healing and self-assurance come from within. Recognizing and embracing your resilience is key to moving forward, regardless of how others perceive or respond to your pain. Pain, while isolating, is also a universal experience that connects us all. It challenges our relationships, tests our strength, and reshapes our understanding of what it means to be human. By embracing your vulnerability and allowing yourself to feel and heal, you pave the way for deeper connections and greater self-awareness. In the end, it's not about how others see you, but about how you see yourself and the growth you achieve through your journey. When people know you are hurting, some may choose to stay silent and offer no visible support. This silence can be a reflection of various factors, including fear, discomfort, or an inability to process the situation. Their reaction might leave you feeling isolated, but understanding the reasons behind their silence can provide clarity and help you navigate these moments with strength and wisdom. For many, the silence stems from a genuine fear of saying the wrong thing. They may not know how to approach you in your vulnerable state, worrying that their words could unintentionally hurt or offend. This hesitation isn't a lack of care, it's often the opposite. They care deeply but lack the confidence or emotional tools to express their support in a way they believe will truly help. Their silence is their way of avoiding making things worse, even if it means leaving you without the comfort of their presence. Others may remain quiet because they are overwhelmed by their own emotions. Seeing someone they care about in pain can trigger their own unresolved feelings, making it difficult for them to engage in a meaningful way. This response is not about you, but about their inner struggles. They may need time to process their emotions before they can offer any kind of support. While this silence can be painful, recognizing it as a reflection of their personal challenges rather than a lack of concern can shift your perspective and reduce feelings of abandonment. Some individuals might believe that silence is a form of respect. They assume that giving you space to process your emotions without interference is the best way to show they care. This approach can be well-intentioned but misguided if you're someone who craves connection and support during difficult times. Their silence, while intended as a gesture of respect, can leave you feeling unseen and unsupported. Open communication is key in these situations. Expressing your needs clearly can bridge the gap and help them understand how to best support you. There are also those who choose silence because they are unsure of their role in your life. They may question whether their presence or input is welcome or even necessary. This uncertainty can cause them to hold back, waiting for a signal from you before taking any action. Their silence is not indifference, but a reflection of their desire to avoid overstepping boundaries. Extending an invitation for dialogue or connection can often reassure them and encourage them to step forward. In some cases, silence is a coping mechanism. People may retreat into their own worlds as a way of protecting themselves from the emotional weight of your pain. This reaction can feel like abandonment, but it's important to recognize that their withdrawal is about self-preservation rather than a lack of care. They may need to prioritize their mental health to be in a better position to support you in the long run. While it's natural to feel hurt by their absence, understanding their perspective can foster empathy and patience. Silence can also be a sign of someone grappling with guilt. If they believe they've contributed to your pain, they may find it difficult to face you. Their silence is a way of avoiding confrontation, both with you and with their own feelings of responsibility. This avoidance, while frustrating, reveals their internal struggle and highlights the complexity of human emotions. In these instances, initiating an open and honest conversation can help both parties find clarity and potentially repair the relationship. Another reason for silence is a lack of emotional maturity or experience. Not everyone knows how to handle difficult situations, especially when it comes to emotional pain. They may not have the vocabulary or understanding to express their support effectively, leading them to say nothing at all. This silence is not a reflection of their value as a friend or loved one, but rather a gap in their personal development. Recognizing this limitation can help you manage your expectations and seek support from those who are better equipped to provide it. For some, silence is a form of denial. They may struggle to accept that you're hurting because it challenges their perception of your strength or their own ability to protect you. By staying silent, they can maintain their illusion of stability, avoiding the discomfort of acknowledging your pain. While this response can be disappointing, it also reveals their vulnerability and need for emotional growth. Understanding the reasons behind silence when you're hurting can help you navigate these interactions with grace and perspective. It's essential to remember that everyone processes emotions differently and that their silence is not necessarily a reflection of their care or concern for you. By focusing on your own healing and seeking support from those who can offer it openly and authentically, you can move forward with strength and resilience. Your journey through pain is uniquely yours, but it's also a reminder of the shared human experience. While silence from others can feel isolating, it's an opportunity to deepen your understanding of yourself and the people around you. In the end, your strength lies not in how others respond to your pain, but in your ability to navigate it with courage and self-awareness.